From United Nations Television, this is UN in Action.
This is a story of a woman who cannot be identified because she lives in fear of her life. Faten is the name she uses, and hers is a justified fear. In a brutal attack 18 years ago, she almost died.
My family shot me. I was shot in my head, legs, chest, and hands.
When Faten helped her younger unmarried sister who was pregnant, their older brother shot them both. His justification? Defending the family honor. Her sister died in the attack. Faten was badly injured. To prevent more bloodshed, Faten was then locked away in this jail in Jordan's capital, Amman.
That's what happened to me. I spent 15 years of my life in prison.
At that time, about half the women inmates were also here for their own protection, following similar vicious attacks. But their assailants routinely remained free. Sadly, this is not a unique story. Some 5,000 women around the world, according to United Nations estimates, are brutally killed each year in the name of honor. But experts believe the real figure is much higher, as many killings go unreported. These attacks must not continue as the cultural norm, says United Nations Deputy High Commissioner for Human Rights, Kyung-Hwa Kang.
Honor killings cannot be accepted or justified by tradition anywhere. Traditional attitudes can change, and they must change.
And in Jordan, they are beginning to, thanks largely to the determined efforts of human rights defenders like Eva Abu Halawe, director of Mizan Human Rights Group.
Jordanians are not killers. They have feelings towards their daughters and their sisters, and if they have any support or alternatives, they will not use killing.
So to raise awareness of these crimes, they launched a national media campaign. This TV spot was part of it. But just changing attitudes was not enough. In a country where honor killings went virtually unpunished, changes in the law were urgently needed. And last summer brought those long-awaited amendments. Now criminals face as much as 10 years in prison. Appeal Court Judge Tarone says that the new laws ensure that these crimes are no longer justified in the name of honor.
If we say it's okay to kill in the name of honor, then it's also okay to steal and to commit fraud in the name of honor. These killings are not related to honor in any way.
The efforts are starting to pay off. In the last decade, the number of victims in Jordan has been cut in half. What's more, the system of protective custody for victims has been virtually phased out. Now Faten dreams of being reunited with her family and to again live a normal life.
I have 2 brothers who are still against me, and 3 that have forgiven me. All I want now is to be treated the same by all my brothers, and for us to be together again.
Although no longer behind bars, women like Faten remain imprisoned in a life of hiding. The only thing that will free them is for society to change the way it treats these so-called crimes of honor. This report was produced by Jill Fickling for the United Nations.